That is good banter.
Hello, loyal listeners, and welcome to episode 53 of the Good Banter podcast. And I got to tell you, there's a bit of a sad feeling here because we are at
we're in the lair.
We're in Good Banter HQ, but it ain't how it used to be. So we've had our bar taken.
I'm getting dripped on. There's water dripping from a light fitting
out of a light fitting. And I'm no electrician, but I would suggest that water dripping from a fluorescent light
not great
is not good.
That's all right. But we won't. We're not touching it. So.
But you would think by the time the drip got to you, all the electricity would
be out of the water.
Out of the drip.
We're all right, mate.
Either way.
Things are really going downhill at Good Banter HQ.
It is an all-time.
You get on the YouTube.
Yeah, check it out. There's the dartboard, because that can't be removed, but they've taken the bar, they've taken the drinks, they've taken all the memorabilia. It's a sad tale. The heaters, the aircon's fucked. It's hot as a witch's dick in here, and no good. Anyway.
So where's all the memorabilia gone?
Well, that's all out there.
Yeah.
And that's got to be returned home.
So Tam is...
She's not going to be happy.
She's not happy.
She was absolutely chuffed when I took all that shit out of the house to bring to the lair or Good Banter HQ, but now it's coming home and we've got nowhere to put it, and wherever I put it, she fucking hates it. But anyway...
That's all right, mate.
I just don't... That's a big difference between men and women, how they cannot see how a signed jumper on the wall looks good, and I think it looks great.
I think it's great. You got the glove. I'm going to have to move here, Tommy.
You're going to have to move.
I am getting fucking
so
drenched.
We'll just move.
We'll go forward. No, we'll go back.
Forward.
We'll go back.
Back forward.
We'll go back.
Go
this
back.
Carpet is fucking...
It's wet. It's been dripping away for a couple of days.
I reckon
now.
it's been dripping away for a month. Fuck.
Yeah.
But, we're all good.
We're all good.
We're all good.
But we've got a lot to talk about.
We do. First one here, Tommy. I've got this. When was the last time you had a 4 and 20 pie, mate?
I love them. I eat them all the time.
Do you?
Yeah.
See, I was going to go the other way. I reckon they are shit.
No, mate.
They've gone downhill, I reckon.
I love 4 and 20s. And I've seen...
Where do you usually get them from? Do you get them from a servo or do you get them from the supermarket? Heat them up yourself?
I go servo. Love from a 7-Eleven. After a gig at the Comic Stand.
A Shell. They're at Shell. 7-Eleven have got the no-names.
Okay. Maybe a Shell servo, but I always get a pie. So whatever servo I'm going, if it's 4 and 20, I'll definitely grab
the
4 and 20.
Hungry Man?
Yes, because the reason I don't go that long, the Traveller.
Oh, the Traveller.
The Traveller is shit because it's corners. It's got 4 corners, and a pie shouldn't have corners.
It shouldn't.
It should be round, and because of the 4 corners, that's a big chunk where the pastry's too thick. But what I also do is, quite often, we'll always have a 6-pack of 4 and 20s in the freezer. All I do is wrap them in like paper towel.
Yep.
3 minutes in the microwave. Fucking perfect.
Okay, that's right. No, I just had I had one from a Shell servo on the way here, and it must have been sitting in there for 4 days. It was fucking dry. Like the meat was like fucking dried out dingo or dog or something. I don't know. It says that the Great Australian Taste. Well, if the Great Australian Taste is, shitty fucking pastry in cardboard.
Maybe that's the Great Australian Taste.
Maybe it is
dry as the desert.
Maybe
dry as the red sand of the outback. But
I wasn't happy with it, mate.
No, well, interestingly,
you're into it.
Interesting, and I still enjoy them. After when I worked at the Meatworks, which we've discussed, there was this rancid fucking hole in the middle of the slaughterhouse where everyone would just shovel the guts and shit, and we used to call it the 4 and 20 hole. As if, and that was
the
like
hot dog hole.
The hot dog hole. For some reason, we called it the 4 and 20 hole because it was all the offal and just shit. Jesus. And even after that, I was like, I'll still eat this shit. Love a 4 and 20.
All right. Well, let's agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree there.
Shit, I didn't like it.
Anyway. Something we got our listeners, and I don't mean to piss in our own pockets.
Fill it up.
But we are starting to get some serious listeners,
and we're starting to get some interaction. We're starting to. I just checked before the YouTube's gone up 62 subscribers. We're going at 1 subscriber per episode we did. We're at 52. We're up to 62 subscribers at this rate.
We're going to have 10 weeks off.
But what's that?
We can have 10 weeks off.
We can, mate. That's great. By the time we get to 100 episodes, I don't know how the ratios work, but we're going to be at least 120 subscribers.
We'll be near.
This is
bloody
huge,
close.
mate.
But
I mean, the views are at fuck all.
We're even starting to get some big names.
Oh, huge names, Tom. Like,
so we'll build it up.
Okay.
So I got a text message the other day.
Ooh.
And I went to save it, but I fucking accidentally deleted it. It was a text message or anyway, someone
It's all right.
he messaged me, Tommy. This is basically I'm paraphrasing. Tommy, loving the podcast. Listen to it on the way to work.
Great.
Absolutely
So
loving
I've got
it.
a job, so not a huge name where they don't have to work.
Well,
But still a big name.
Yeah.
But
So he's loving it. It's best podcast he's ever heard.
clearly hasn't listened to many podcasts.
And then you mentioned it the other day. He's become a
follower
of the Instagram.
Instagram, yep.
And it is probably, I don't know whether you have footy clubs have number one members, and I don't know if podcasts can have number one subscribers.
But
I reckon this guy is the one and only
Stevie Milne. There you go. Stevie Milne. Now, all St Kilda supporters out there going, we love that. What was his nickname?
The Tip Rat?
The Tip Rat.
The Tip Rat.
The Tip Rat.
I think so.
If that sums up our listeners, I reckon the Tip Rat is fucking where we're at, mate.
Oh, I nearly, mate. I was ready just to pack it up. I mean, I'd achieved everything we want now out of this podcast. We're starting to get big names. I couldn't, mate. He's just, because I've watched a few of the during lockdown. If one thing, I've watched a lot of old footy back. You know,
Yes.
Fox Footy's been playing all the old reruns, and fuck, did he?
He could play footy, mate.
Mate, he kicked some of the most, and we're not just saying this now because we know he's listening.
Mate, he is listening.
Some of the most amazing goals.
Brilliant.
And I'll tell you a little story about Stevie
Tip Rat.
about the Tip Rat. So, have you heard of Game Face?
Oh, mate, have I heard a Game Face?
Yeah, you've heard it.
I know
You've heard
Glenn
of Game
and
Face.
all the crew at Game Face.
Glenn Carter,
As
Carts.
I get fucking...
So,
you have to wear a wetsuit if we keep doing it in here, mate. I'm
there's
getting
water
fucking
absolutely
drenched.
pissing out of this
Jesus,
light, which is...
I love the
not
beach
good.
vibe, mate. I know we're meant to get some rain,
bit of a
but
water
this is
feature.
fucking ridiculous.
So Game, for those who don't know, Game Face is it's amazing. It's got me fucked how they make any money, but they so basically they look after a few local footy leagues.
Yeah.
And it's like they sort of document everything. You know, they make it all professional. They go around and they film every game.
Interview people, film every game,
and cut
interview
all the highlights
people.
down.
They'll get in the showers and, they'll have rate people's cocks and that.
Absolutely,
it's great stuff.
And and before the season, they'll have, they'll get all the captains in and have a captain's day and get them to answer questions which they play throughout the year. And
from the vibe, it feels like clubs have really got around it as well.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes where clubs go, what are these fuckheads doing here? But they seem like they enjoy it. It's a bit like our podcast. Everyone's enjoying it. Everyone's getting on board.
They're getting involved. Like I remember growing up in Wodonga, every now and again, because the Border Mail used to do quite a bit of probably 6 to 8 pages every Monday on the local footy results, and quite often you'd get your head in there, and it was that exciting. But this is that tenfold, because you're not only seeing your you can go back and you watch the highlights. They do the mark and goal of the week.
That's great.
And so if you got a mate that's taking mark of the week, everyone's tagging each other, and that's
good.
It's just really good. Anyway, so that they've contacted myself and Stevie Milne.
Oh, the Tip Rat.
Similar, know where the goals are, front and centre, similar type players. And so Carts, who runs Game Face, has said, I've got an idea. So it was
ideas man.
He's an ideas man. So they were going to get a sponsor, which they did. It was this work boot company. Can't remember which one, like King G or
King
King G, something like that.
Shorts as well.
And so there was going to be each club would get drawn out of a raffle.
Yep.
And they would pick their best goal kicker. And Stevie Milne would go, and myself would go down on a Thursday night.
Yes.
And we'd kick all these goals from different angles. And if their goal kicker could kick more goals, get more points than us, they'd win some money.
Boots.
They'd win some money.
Okay.
No, I think it was about $1,000.
Oh, that's a lot of boots.
You didn't have to spend it on boots. Okay. And then the sort of promo, as part of the promo, was we all had to put on these work boots to kick the last goal.
No good. I've kicked him with steel caps. It's hard to sort of point the toe.
You can't point the toe. No. So anyway, so I was fortunate enough. We did the very first one down at the Canterbury Footy Club.
Yeah.
The Cobras.
Yeah, okay.
Down at the Cobras. And we were filming, it was like a promotional night. So Evan's now grabbed a towel.
I've got the beach towel here.
This
is
pissing
pissing out.
It's not even raining, which is odd.
It did earlier though. Do you reckon it's that?
Must be. I don't know. It's sort of. Anyway, so we're going to film the promotional video, right?
Yep.
And so he was down there. And he just had to do a couple of snaps from the boundary line.
Mate, bread and butter for the tip rat.
Mate, I thought, I've snapped a couple before. You've seen people snap around the body, make it curve. But what he was doing with the footy, he was
making it talk, was he?
Oh,
he was making it sing?
Making it talk. It was
nice.
It was like he had a little remote control on it. He could bend this thing around. It was unbelievable. And he'd do it, and all the players had sort of run their lap, 30, 40 players doing their lap. And he'd kick it, and they'd all cheer, and it was just exciting stuff. And I was a bit worried because I'd never met him before that night.
Yeah.
And I had to write the script for the promo. And I had a great little funny little thing that, but I didn't know if it'd be okay to. You all right?
Can we actually just angle this because I'm actually getting drenched there. Do you want to go?
But aren't I just going?
No. Would you want to go? We might have to go forward, maybe. Yeah, go forward. Okay. Go forward here. Grab all that.
It's only one drip every fucking 10 seconds.
Oh, mate, it's a bit more than that. So, geez, we just
move forward.
Yeah, that's
maybe
good.
more forward a bit more.
Yeah, that's all right. So we move on the spot. The one thing is, I think the alarm won't go off this week.
The alarm, we're nice and early, which is good.
Yeah, and for everyone out there, we are recording on basically a Thursday, so we've got a week because I go to Port Douglas tomorrow. So we're a week ahead.
Yeah.
So if you hit us up in the next week and we don't get back to you.
What's
because
this is a shit show.
Yeah, this is fucked. Yeah, Good Banter HQ's gone to see what happened last time.
Take away our bar.
The tiki bar was copping all the drips.
Yeah.
Now it's
got no roof.
Got no roof. All right, we're back on, mate.
Okay,
Sorry,
so
mate.
I came up with this sketch, and one of my ideas was, because it's no secret, and I'm sure he'll play along with it, and he'll admit it. He's got a bit of a lisp.
Yes,
Stevie Milne.
Yeah, the
ripping bloke, but he's got a bit of a lisp. It's fair to say he's got a bit of a lisp. So I thought it'd be funny if we're looking into the camera and then I said my bit, hi, welcome to Game Face goal kicking competition. If your club wants to enter, do this. And then he said his bit, because we're both wearing footy gear, and I said to him, turned to him and said, mate, take your mouth guard out, no one can understand what you're saying. And he goes, mate, I haven't got my mouth guard in. And we both just look at the camera. And I was like, I thought, that's funny stuff.
That's funny.
That's funny stuff.
Very
but
good.
I've got to run it by him. Like, what's he going to think about this?
Especially if you've never met him before.
I've never met him before.
He's a good,
and does
good
he even know he's got a lisp?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Imagine if I was the one that broke it to him.
It's like the old gap teeth.
Gap.
Where she knew she had the gap, but it's risky.
It's risky. It's risky stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was like, hey, and I ran it by him. He could not have been cooler about it. He laughed. He thought it was great. He executed the gag perfectly. And then, got to spend a lot of Thursday nights with a great man going down and kicking goals. And we're undefeated all the way through the season, and we got beaten by some prick at Noble Park who got a lucky bounce.
Right.
And I'd highly doubt if they ever paid him the $1,000 to be honest. But but it was but we sort of didn't do it after
Noble
that.
Park, I'm sure there's other ways they get the $1,000. They'd be able to rob some joint or
they would have rolled
some joint. It's a bit rough out there at the Bull Ring. I'll give you the tip. I played a few games out there. Yeah, when I was at East Ringwood, and one time I got smashed right in front because it's almost like the pavilion or the stand sort of comes out over onto the ground.
Yeah.
And I got fucking smashed one time, and like I was getting spat on, I was getting shit thrown at me.
Shit.
It was absolute shit.
Feral.
I was someone had a gun. I think they had a few shots at me. It's fucking feral out at the bull ring.
I'm all for shit throwing.
So if you go all the way to the bull ring in Noble Park and you get the points, geez, you've earned it. Fucking earn it.
Yeah, this guy.
Good club.
Well, I think maybe we let him win. We were petrified.
Yeah.
Maybe there was a little red dot just zipping around on our bellies. Anyway, so big shout out to Stevie Milne. Thanks for listening. Tell your mates, Stevie, we want the whole St Kilda Footy Club past and present listening. So what else? We got plenty to talk about today.
Got plenty to talk about, Tommy. You lead us off, mate. You're
well, sort of did.
Okay. Well, what I'll talk about. I went down from now. It's a couple of weeks ago now. By the time this comes out,
yep.
I had mentioned the St Andrews Brewery. How ran a gig there.
Yep.
And
you organise a lot of brewery gigs, don't you?
I do organise a lot of brewery gigs. I feel like the breweries are a hip happening sort of place, because a lot of pubs now they're bigger pubs. They've got pokies. They've got all.
They've lost their character.
They've got no character, mate. And it's just they just want to get people in. They want to get pensioners in to blow their fucking pension every week. They don't give a shit about doing entertainment. And sometimes you go to those pubs and entertainment doesn't work. I mean, some of the tip rats or the bogans that go to these pubs, they're not interested in someone telling jokes. They're not interested in someone playing a guitar, strumming away.
And sometimes I think with the big pubs or a lot of pubs, you don't know who's running the shop. Whereas with a brewery, you know you're dealing with the owner. He loves the bar. He organises the entertainment. It's more of a. It seems more of a family sort of environment.
And people really they get on board. It's like they're local. You remember when you used to have a local and you knew the publican.
Yep.
You go, hey, Robbo, and Robbo knew what your bloody drink order was. Yeah, Baz, no worries, mate. Same again, kind of shit. You put your money on the counter. See, that doesn't happen anymore. And that that could lead into a little story. Did I tell you have I ever told you about the first ever Aussie pub comedy tour I ran?
No.
Okay, so this was in January 2018. So
Wayne House calling.
Okay, maybe you heard. Maybe he wants a gig.
Not happening, Wayne House. Not happening, Chris.
Not now, mate. Not now, buddy. We've got more important, bigger fish to fry. So I'd organised 5 gigs. The first one was on a Wednesday in early January at Club Mulwala. Been up to Club Mulwala?
Have I ever?
Mate,
beautiful.
It's got
beautiful part of the world.
It's a great part of the world on the lake there, and it's got that big plane out the front.
Yep.
So we were going to rock up there on about the 7th of Jan or something on a Wednesday, and you thought, like I'd organised a gig about 6 weeks before, and I said to him, oh, guys, I'll print out some posters. I had me, Chris Franklin, the Nelson twins. Good lineup. I said, I'll print out some posters and send them up to you. They said, no, don't stress about that. Send us the file. We will put them up for you. I said, beautiful. No worries at all. So I ring him.
Proactive.
Yeah, and I'm thinking over summer, mate, there's going to be posters all over the joint. We're going to sell a shitload of tickets.
Yep.
We are going to just be the first Aussie pub comedy tour is going to just go through the roof. It's going to be bigger than fucking a John Farnham tour. So about a week and a half before the gig, I said, how are ticket sales going? I said, guys, ticket sales are going really good. You've sold like 150 tickets. We're moving you into the bigger room. I'm like, holy shit. I'm working this out because we're on a retainer and then ticket sales after.
So you're crunching numbers.
I'm crunching numbers thinking we've made our money. We've covered all our expenses.
For the whole tour?
On the whole tour, the 5 gigs. I'm thinking, boys, I'm ringing Franklin. I've got a hard on. I'm ringing the Nelson twins. They're thinking, well, fucking hell, boys. Chris Nelson's planning on moving and buying a joint in Thailand and basing operations there because his missus from Thailand.
And don't you get ahead of yourself. So you start planning, well, if this is this easy, I'm going to be doing tours all over Australia.
Mate, I thought, why should we just limit it to 5 days? Let's do a month-long tour. So anyway, I'm telling the boys, this is great. We've covered our costs on the first gig. Everything else is cream. It's cream, baby. So I'm rock hard.
Yep.
And then on the Sunday before the Wednesday, we're due to go up there. I said, all right, so things are looking good. We've moved to the bigger room. What are ticket sales at now? We're at 150. 4 days ago, surely we must be at 300 or something. I said, actually, no, the lady, the employee who was looking at it, she was looking at a show that was on last year. I'm like, oh, okay, right. So how many tickets have we sold? She said, you've sold 20.
So that's a kick in the guts.
That is a kick in the guts, a kick in the balls. That is, you've never seen a flatter person.
Well, that goes back to me being invited to the box at Sportsbet.
Yes.
You never had it.
Never.
But you feel like you've had something taken away from it. Actually, you nearly did have it. You really felt like you had it.
Well, I felt like I had it. That's like, they told me I had it. Like, I'd planned, how am I going to spend all this money? I thought, and I was going to South Africa a bit. I said, fuck it. I'm going to run for president over there. I'm going to really put in a campaign. I thought, this is it. And then I've gone down to 20, so I'm like, fuck, how do you fuck that up?
All of a sudden, you haven't got enough people.
I haven't got enough people.
All of a sudden, they're moving you to the disabled dunnies.
That's exactly right, mate. So then I'm thinking, fuck, and I'm crunching the numbers. I said, the posters have been up for weeks. It's Club Mulwala. Do you know how many people go through Club Mulwala over that period?
Thousands.
So I'm thinking, what the fuck? So anyway, rock up, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Me and Franklin drive to Club Mulwala. First day of the gig on the Wednesday. We get in the joint. Not a fucking poster inside. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? I go to the receptionist, the lady who was sort of looking after it, who I was dealing with. I said, what's going on? Where are all the posters? She goes, aren't there any posters up? I said, no, there's nothing.
You've got eyes? You can see there's no posters.
Have you been hiding in your office? What have you been doing? So she quickly goes, I'll print out some posters. She prints out some posters. We're running through the pokies going, there's a gig tonight. Come on, bang, get along. Fucking nothing. So for 3 hours we do that. We set up the gear. And then someone else at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon goes, what's the go with the gig tonight? I said, well, it's in this room. She said, it's funny because I rang up reception. The gig's on a Wednesday.
Yep.
And they said, man, I rang up reception. I spoke to the receptionist and I said, what's the go with the comedy night on Wednesday? They said, no, that's not on Wednesday. That's on Thursday. Thinking, Jesus Christ, it's lucky we got 20 people there. But what it was, the problem was there's too many, There's too many cooks, not enough, no.
Too many
chiefs, not enough Indians.
And too many chefs spoil the broth.
That's
more
well,
kicking
they
one.
fucked the broth.
Cooking one.
There was no broth. There was no soup. There was no fucking garlic bread.
Well, this is what they always say. You don't do door deals because they're not invested.
No.
They've got to pay for it outright.
Well, they had a guarantee and then tickets.
Yeah, but still.
You're right, Tom.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah.
So I learnt my lesson there. So that was a shit fight. Next one, we're in Echuca. And that was a smaller pub. I think it was the Caledonian in Echuca.
Yep.
Beautiful. 90, 100 people. But that was a small pub owned by two blokes, and they were invested.
Yeah.
They were invested. It was a flat fee. Difference. That was good. So we're back on track. And then on the Friday night, we go to the Royal Mail Hotel in Ngambie.
Yep.
And
covering some Ks.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. We did some Ks. The next trip's a shit fight. But Goldie down there, who's recently just got rid of that, he owns the, it's in Murchison. It is called the Royal, no, not the Royal Mail. It's called the fucking, I'll get back to you.
The Globe, the Terminus?
Nah, it's not the Terminus. What is it? I'll get back to you. But Goldie does a great job at the pub in Murchison. Anyway, I ring it. We rock up on the Friday. I said, how are ticket sales looking, Goldie? He's a bit stressed. He goes, I've only sold 30 tickets. I'm like, fuck. We're up, we're down. We've only sold 30 tickets. I'm thinking, why the fuck?
It's a roller coaster.
It is a roller coaster. How come we've only sold 30 tickets? So me and Franklin walked to the bar. I said, let's have a beer, mate. We're a bit stressed. We're a bit flustered.
Yep.
And one of the bartenders, he takes a phone call. And sort of bigger, but his name's Manga. He's a great fella, but laid-back country bloke. Now, he picks up the phone and he says, Nah, don't stress. Nah, they've sold fuck all. So obviously someone's rung up and said, what's the go at the comedy night tonight? Do we have to book tickets? And Manga, laid back country bloke, goes, nah, don't stress, mate. They've sold fuck all. Thinking, I wonder why that is.
But even that could put them off. Like they go, that could be shit. Let's not. Yeah, you need
people to amp it up.
You need people on the scene.
Even if you sold 2 tickets, go, you better book. You better book because tickets are selling. They're selling like bloody hotcakes, mate. So
I know it'd be tough, but could you not have your own phone number on the poster, and so they call you for any inquiries? Call this number, and I know you might be taking numbers, calls at work or at night, which isn't ideal. But then you can build it up. Yeah. Because my boss says this. It's no one will be a better salesman than the person that owns the company.
That's right.
You could get the greatest salesman on the planet. They will not be a better salesman than the person that owns the company because they're the one. They're the one.
This podcast, Tommy. We sell it. We sell it.
We want it to succeed.
Want it to be
we
great.
saw it from the ground level. We're not. You know what I mean? So,
I'm hearing
that's why I reckon going forward,
maybe put my number on it.
Maybe put your number on it so they can ring you and they don't have some bloke saying, "Nah, they've sold fuck all."
Sold fuck all.
At least you can build it up. Even if numbers are low, you go, we're getting a run on us, and they've got any questions? He's a great act.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. So we ended up getting 100 in there. So that was good. So they were just country people. Bang. That was all right. We went down to Portland the next day. That was pumping. We had 150. That was huge. And then we went to the Anglesey Hotel on a Sunday. And that was very lackluster. So it was up and down. It was up and down.
Finished on a low. But, it's always good to finish on a low.
So long story short, that's why breweries are great.
That's why breweries are great.
Because
they're owned. You're dealing with the owner.
They're invested.
Like IGA Groceries.
Yes, the people own the store.
Runs the store.
Sometimes.
Not always.
Because Kristen's old man used to work for IGA and... He was a manager and he didn't own the store. But there's someone. There's always someone yet. But breweries are great. So St Andrews Brewery, we ran a comedy night, comedy day, went great. And I thought, a gig had cancelled on Saturday the 22nd. And you know what I saw? I saw at St Andrews Brewery, they were having... I was going to go back and get a second dose, like a second jab of Phil Jamieson.
Oh, Jamo again.
Jamo. And remember last time I ran out of petrol driving up to fucking bumfuck Suki Lounge at Belgrave. Thanks to Kano and for bailing me out, and Bullser and Joel Beatty for just laughing and giving me shit. Thanks, boys. But drove the car there, had Dallas Frasca supporting.
Yep.
Now, you've probably never heard of Dallas Frasca. Well, 2010 at Cairns Blues Fest, when I was living up in Port Douglas, I went down. I went to the Blues Fest, and Dallas Frasca was one of the bands there. Yep. Rob Hurst was playing with his band, the Backsliders.
Yep, I've never heard of any of these.
Rob Hurst, drummer from Midnight Oil.
Okay.
There you go, mate.
So he's got credentials.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it, buddy. So, but what happened was... Dallas Frasca got up and they said, because they were loose back then. Like, they're big drinkers. It was going off down at Cairns Blues Fest. Yep. And they said, Dallas Frasca, she wanted to get on someone's shoulders. So someone said to me...
a woman?
She's a woman. She's a woman from Melbourne.
How old's Dallas?
Dallas, I reckon maybe she'd be in her 40s now, Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah, still holding her edge. Great lungs, like great voice. And at 2010 at the Blues Fest, I said, Dallas wanted to get on someone's shoulders. And someone goes, Evo, Buddha, jump. And she jumped on my shoulders and I'm carrying her around. She's singing. And it's all happening, so...
How many people are in the audience?
Mate, it was in a little amphitheatre at Fogarty Park there, and there's thousands, mate, at
and
the
you're
Blues.
just walking around with her
I'm walking around with Dallas Frasca. She's singing.
Wireless mic, or is she still...
I think she had the cord, so we're going through the crowd.
Couldn't go too far.
Couldn't go too far, because it comes you don't want to come undone. Rip it out of the socket, and all of a sudden you're hearing nothing. So, and they did another thing where the guitarist, Jeff, they say they float the goat.
Okay.
His nickname might be the GOAT, so they float him. He was in a little tub. He's playing the guitar. I'll put the photos up on the Instagram.
He's in a tub?
He's in like a little...
Sounds like the fucking Wiggles.
He's a small dude. He's a small dude. But they're floating the GOAT, and anyway, Kristen after they played, said, "Oh, you should go up and show them the photo of when Dallas Frasca was on your shoulders." I'm like, "Nah, I'm not going to do that.
Nah, it's
I'm going to
embarrassing.
seem like I'm 39. It's 12 years ago. I'm not going to be that loser." But I'd had a few pints. I thought,
We're still carrying around the photo.
I'm still well.
So, you haven't moved on that much.
Yeah, I haven't moved on. Yeah, I was actually I printed it out. I was going to get her to sign it.
Got it on a T-shirt.
Going to get it to sign it. But no, I found the photo and I was chatting to Jeff, the goat, floating the goat. And I said, "Oh, mate, here's Cairns Blues Fest." I showed him the photo. I go, "You're a fucking legend." And then Dallas came in. She goes, "Oh, you're a fucking ripper." And said, "Oh, we got so blind that night. We fucked up the hotel room at Cairns. The bed was all over the joint. We had a massive party back there." And Jeff said, "I haven't drunk for about 10 years." He said, "Oh," I said, "What?" Because you just think, rock and roll,
once a rocker, always
blues. Like he said, "Oh, mate, I still have, the lung busters." So he still smokes. But he's off the grog. He said, "I was just getting too loose with the float the goat stuff." He said, "I'm climbing up light and rigs. I thought I'm going to kill myself."
We can have a few drinks without floating the goat and climbing shit, surely.
Yeah, well, some people, though, they have two. Two's
right.
not enough.
Right.
200's not too
One's
many.
too many, 1,000's not enough.
That's right.
Yep.
So, and I said to Dallas, I said, "Oh, do you want to recreate?" I'm getting real, real groupie here. I go, "Oh, do you want to recreate the photo?"
How small is this gig that you just fucking chat with the drummer and chat with the singer?
Well, it's very relaxed. It's all stripped back, It's acoustic. It's just them two on stage, and then they had merch, so they just went back, and I could just walk up and go, "Hey guys, what's going on?" It's a great vibe because you never used to be able to do that at gigs. You can probably do that at most of the Aussie pub comedy tour. It's fucking 20 people there. So I've gone over and I said, "Oh, do you want to recreate the photo?" And she goes, "Oh, I've sort of been up there sweating and doing all that, so I don't really want to go on your shoulders." And I said, "I want you up there." No. But then Jeff, the goat, he says, "Mate, I'll jump on your shoulders." So I ducked down. I got him on the shoulders. We got the photo, and I'll put it up on the bloody.
Oh, so she didn't get up, but
she didn't get up. She said, "I'm a bit sweaty. I'm a bit."
That's good of us. She could have easily got up there.
She could have got up there and slipped right
horrible.
off. But
it could have been horrible for you.
Yeah, she said, "You don't want that on the back of your neck." So I got the goat up there and recreated the photo. So I'll get on the Good Banter podcast. But one thing I did do right before, I'm pumped up now. I've got the photo. I've had a few beers, and I go back just before Phil Jamison's about to start. There's a pint on the table, and I turn to sort of look at Kristen, and I knock a whole fucking pint all down her dress. I'm like, fuck me. And
you're just
I'm a dickhead.
Just a dick fanboy. Knocking shit over. Jump on me head. No, me legs are too sweaty. I
saw a bloke with the friends were wrong.
Get this fucking cockhead out of here. Get on me head. Smash.
Christian's got beer all over it. I saw some dude with a Friends of Rom t-shirt. "Hey, nice shirt, man. I love it." So I'm that real cockhead, mate.
Yeah, you're
But Kristen took it pretty well, the pint of grog all over her. But
I thought the story was going pretty well, but now I just think you're
I'm a dick.
Might have made a bit of a cock out of yourself. Anyway,
well, that's it. I had good fun, mate. That was good time. That was a roundabout way of saying I had fun last Saturday, and go out see some live music if you get the chance.
Any sort of live entertainment. No, that's good. That's good.
Dallas.
Okay, I've got a couple of things. Couple of quick things. First of all, did a gig. I did a post on Facebook that embarrassed me. It embarrassed me.
I saw it, mate. I saw it. And your comedian page is going quite well. It's new, it's fresh. You post some funny stuff on there.
I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on TikTok. I'm not on any of that shit.
Facebook's your go.
Facebook's... That's
the only thing you can log into.
It's the only thing I remember the password to. Facebook's, it's all I got.
If Zuckerberg gets rid of Facebook, you're fucked, mate.
I am cooked. So, and always I hopefully take some funny pictures, make little comments. It's going well. It's
going real well.
So anyway, I did a gig. Oh, this is going back. I guess I got to start the story from the start. I did a gig ages ago. I got contacted ages ago to do a gig at the Rubber Chicken, a new comedy club in South Melbourne.
Water Rat.
and they said, Tom, would you like? We're doing a bogan night on Thursday, the whatever of January.
And you've been just been to Gunbuyer World?
Yeah,
so, no, it was before that. So you were just doing a bit of research before your gig last week.
So they said, would you like to be involved? And I was thinking, oh yeah, and I heard Chris Franklin was doing it. Probably the one and only bogan comedian in
Can't
Australia.
sell tickets though
and
in
I
Mulwala.
No, not very big in Mulwala. So I thought, yeah, why not? Gig's a gig. Haven't done gigs for fuck all gigs in 18 months.
Yep.
Let's do it. And he goes, great. I'll get the poster to you later. And I thought they might have 7 acts on. I'll be one of the acts. Whatever.
Would you call yourself bogan? Like
I don't.
You're an Aussie bloke, but
I'm an
you're not
bloke.
really.
I'm definitely not bogan. I don't think I'm bogan. I
what
drive
do you
a
reckon?
Mazda 3.
Mazda 3. Not many bogans unless they put their own spoiler on the car. Then and maybe paint
perhaps.
a flame,
which I certainly don't.
Tam
I've got no
like
bumper stickers. Got no route, no ride bumper stickers. I don't have a mullet. I don't have hair.
No.
I don't think I'm a bogan. So anyway, a week before the gig, he sent me the poster and said, "Mate, can you share this? Not only am I in the show, I am the fucking show.
You are the show."
The whole poster is a picture of me, Tom Siegert, bogan comedy, and that's all there is.
Yeah, and it was a photo, one of your latest photos with you with the big owl eyes.
Yeah,
and you're wearing a flanny.
Well, it looked like, I guess it's sort of a flanny
sort of
shirt.
A dressy flannelette shirt.
But blue and black check. So maybe that was a little bogan, but all of a sudden, I'm the fucking bogan show.
You are the bogan show.
So I thought, oh, fuck, what do you do? And what I did is I got on the front foot. I thought of people that are likely to see this and hang shit on me. And I'm thinking, Carl Chandler, your Daniel Connells.
Yes.
I think maybe I didn't send it to you because you're a nice enough bloke.
Already saw it.
The Nelson twins. And I sent it to them saying, writing the story.
Oh, no, you did send it to me.
Yeah, and I told them the story, and I sent them the picture, and they had a laugh.
Everyone
so all
laughed.
of a sudden, I'm on the front foot instead of them just seeing it,
sending
me the picture saying, "Look what you're up to."
It's like in high school or early on in your career. If maybe you do get some action and you're a dud root. You've almost got to get on the front foot and say, "Oh, I lasted a minute and a half. Oh,
correct.
I was premature ejaculator."
Correct.
You make a joke of yourself early, and I did that plenty of times where I had to get on the front foot with everyone because I'm still getting on the front foot and just laughing about my own downfall.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So I've sent this out, turned up on the night, and maybe anyway. So I've turned up on the night, and there was this. What do they call them? A sandwich
board.
Yeah,
sandwich A-frame.
An A-frame board out the front of the pub with the big poster, Tom Siegert,
Bogan Comedy.
And I just thought, fuck, this is a cracker.
It's great.
And I knew they'd sold about 9 tickets.
Okay. So who was Manga doing your promo from Nagambie? Was it?
Do
we have to book tickets?
Yeah, he must have been.
Hey, Manga, can you fucking get this?
So,
don't stress it. Sold fuck all.
So if ever I was thinking about doing a tour as a bogan comedy, now I'm not because it doesn't sell. It simply doesn't sell. Anyway, so I've rocked up to the pub. There's this sign out the front of the pub, and I've thought this is so shit. Like this is low as shark shit. So I'm rocking up to this gig. No one's. So I'm doing bogan.
Do you reckon if you had a promoter though, some of you, but mates don't. Was it Thursday night?
Yeah, I didn't. The guy that owned it asked me to promote it and send it out. And I didn't do that.
Nah, sometimes you do some gigs where I don't really want to promote.
I don't want people coming.
I don't want people coming to this.
So anyway, so I took a photo of me next to the sandwich board, standing quite proudly, and I just wrote, "You dream, you believe, you create, you succeed."
Mate, who'd you steal that from?
A guy called Josh Heather. Once wrote it on a birthday card or something. Anyway, so I think he might have wrote it on my 30th birthday card. But he would have said it tongue in cheek.
Yeah, he got on the front foot.
He got on the front foot as well. So I always thought it was quite a funny little saying, quite cool but very corny.
Yes,
and so I've put this on Facebook, hoping or just thinking that people would know I'm a comedian, see that I clearly this is a bit of a career low, and he's not fucking kicking goals at all
at the venue where we're doing our festival shows.
Yeah. Oh no, well just the more the sold 9 tickets bogan show, You dream, you believe, you create, you succeed.
Going 50. How long you been going for?
Nearly 20 years.
Nearly 20 years.
I'm selling 9 tickets to a Bogan comedy show, and I thought that would be captured in the post. But then, like everyone was liking it and making comments, but not in a funny way. Sort of in a well done, Tom.
Great work.
Great work. You've always been funny. Yeah, sort of like...
Maybe people don't realise, because most people don't understand comedy. Like, they don't know what it... Sometimes, maybe for them, maybe their lives, getting on a sandwich board would be bigger than having a kid. Be like, I'm on the bloody sandwich board. Like, getting your photo on a sandwich board. Don't play it down, mate.
Shit, they must just think I'm the biggest fucking knob-end wanker.
You're overthinking it.
I've been doing comedy for 20 years, and here I am doing a post. Like, hey, everyone... I'm on a sandwich board. You dream, you believe, you create, you succeed. I fucking made it. It's Thursday night in South Melbourne. I've sold 9 tickets. I fucking made it. And everyone's
Did you say that on the post? No, you just had to create.
And everyone's like, but it was almost like a charity sort of. Yeah, well done, Tommy. Kicking goals.
Do you reckon they did that and then they're going, oh, fucking Siegert. Yeah, how bad's his life going? He's fucking on the sandwich board.
His career
I always thought he had
shit.
something to do.
Yeah. So it was just, and I thought, do I take it down? And I know it's a little thing, but it just, I remember stuff like that really.
Sometimes you just don't look at the comments.
Don't look at the comments.
They always say,
but
don't
they're
look
positive,
at the comments.
but negative.
Positive, but they didn't get the sarcasm.
Yeah. So
There's
anyway,
nothing worse when people don't get the sarcasm. And it's hard in Facebook, Instagram posts if people don't read the sarcasm doesn't come out.
But it was a comedy page, so I thought it would have come across. But anyway, so
that's
another
right,
thing,
mate.
And this is, mate, actually we've still got to talk about the Springvale
Yes, the boombox.
So maybe we'll finish on, because I've got something that's going to blow your mind. The readers' minds. And I don't say this lightly. The listeners, viewers.
All of a sudden we're a magazine now. I don't think we could do that.
It's blow their minds. So
okay.
So I'm gonna hold off on that. This is it for the Springy Talk. This has dragged on a month now.
It has the boombox.
The boombox has sent a video. We can put the video up on Instagram.
I can put the video up on Instagram for sure, mate. The boombox he's hit back hard.
So we won't go through it again. Just tune out if you don't know what's going on, if you haven't listened to the last 3 episodes. But all fucking hell's broken loose down at Springy. We've started a shit show. The club's falling apart at the seams because of a little rift between the boombox and Matty Suter, who's a compulsive liar. And Boombox we thought he was 18. Turns out I don't know how old he is, but he looks like
he's in his 50s.
He looks like a wood chopper.
Yes, he does. He could go to Bogan Comedy.
He could go to Bogan Comedy.
He looks like he could be Bogan Comedy.
Where was he?
We'll get that up there. He's got a good fucking beard on him.
Yeah. Anyway, so has he ever? So it's going backwards and forwards. He's actually released a statement.
He's come on the front foot.
On the front foot.
On the front foot.
So rather than cop shit, he's said, fuck it, and he's released a statement. It was a video statement, and he's
it's
looking
like
down
60 minutes where I want to tell my story. Like, where's Tracy Grimshaw? I want to fucking get my thing out there. Yep. I'm not getting slandered. I'm not getting shit trucked. I don't think that's even a word. But I'm coming out. I'm coming on the front foot. I'm telling Australia. I'm telling the world my side of the story.
It's not unlike when the captain of the cricket team, Aussie cricket team, got done with the sandpaper, and he came out
sandpaper
and came out in the front foot.
I thought you were going to say sending dick pics because
no,
Captain Timmy Payne.
No, geez, the captain's getting some shit.
The captains are not doing well, are they?
No, they got to just watch yourself.
Yeah, be careful. Be careful.
So yes, he's come out in the front foot, and what the other players have done, and fucking tell you what, they've got too much time on their hands down in Springy.
They're obviously not training that hard.
They have released boombox merchandise.
They have.
And what does it say?
It says.
So you can buy these T-shirts down at Springy.
Yeah, hang on a sec.
I'll
get them up on the Instagram.
Realistically, we're never going to release our own merchandise. So
could we do that?
Just a Good Banter merchandise.
Maybe just Good Banter. So here we go. So this is the backstory. Chrissy Baxter, Boombox, runs 9.47, but he really ran
for
about
the 2Ks.
Really ran about half an hour or something like that. Or it could have been. I think Matty Suter said it was at least a few minutes above that. He went crazy.
But for a few magical days, he thought he ran 9:47.
He thought he was fucking Usain Bolt or, Robert De Castella. But anyway, here we go. This is on the Springvale District's page. It says, wrestling fans know that Austin, like Steve Austin, 3.16 will go down in history and will be remembered forever. Now, Springvale District's football and netball club lovers have the chance to purchase their own bit of history. Striking while the iron is hot, red hot, we are releasing a limited edition Baxter 9.47 T-shirt to honour the remarkable event that happened in December 2021. Stock is very limited, so be quick to place an order because they will go quicker than a Ryan McDermott 2-kilometre time trial. If you order by today, it's guaranteed to arrive at your doorstep before the pre-season merchandise. If you order in 6 months, still guaranteed to arrive before the pre-season merch.
Is that a bit of a digger?
That's a dig,
bit of a digger whoever's organising the pre-season merch there. Nice work, Springy.
There we go. Matt Suter, you're a dead man. And that's the bottom line because Chris Baxter said so. To place an order, hit up Scott Morris at Made For You. He'll sort you out. And there's a big skeleton on the front and Baxter 9.47.
It's not a bad looking T-shirt.
It's a great T-shirt. It's black. It looked good at a music gig, I reckon.
Yeah, it would.
It looked good. So that's
good on you, Springvale.
Popper.
That's what you want. Popper. He's the full forward that doesn't leave the goal square.
That's Popper. Yeah.
And I tell you what, they've got a lot of time down at Springy, and they are really got some good banter going down there. That's what footy clubs are all about. All about footy clubs. I fucking love that shit. Love that shit. But one last thing before we were going to keep this short, but we're going to nearly go a full ep.
That's right. I got a bit carried away.
Got a bit carried away with a couple of stories, but no, they were good. They were good. But one last thing. Get ready, listeners, if you've been listening to this podcast for a while, thinking, it's okay, but I'm waiting for something. I'm going to stop listening soon. These guys have surely got a nugget of gold just around the corner.
They're name dropping Stevie Milne. Evo's trying to get Dallas Frasca on his shoulder. He's clutching at straws.
It's good banter, but we want some great banter.
We want some gold.
Well, put your fucking seatbelts on, ladies and gentlemen, because this is big. My question to you to get the ball rolling with this.
Yes.
In your mind, what do I mean when I refer to the rule of thumb?
The rule of thumb. Isn't it just like everyone knows it kind of thing? Like as a rule of thumb. Is it like what everyone sort of knows? Or?
Well, up until Tuesday night, Australia Day.
I sort of...
No. Up until Australia Day Eve.
I say that sometimes. I hear it.
No, I've said it.
As a rule of thumb.
I've said it. Well, as a rule of thumb, we don't normally go to that part of town.
It's like at the end of the day, as a rule. Yeah, it's something that everyone knows.
A general rule.
A rule of
thumb. Look, as a rule of thumb, we don't normally go long to a 50-50.
Yes, you don't do that. It's
as a rule of thumb.
You don't usually get sweaty band members on your shoulders after they've played an hour gig in 40 degrees.
Thumb, I don't have heavy spirits during the week.
Good call. As a rule of thumb, you don't get Manga Mansfield to amp up your fucking tour.
Yeah,
comedy tour.
As a rule of thumb, there's plenty. You get the gist. That's what I thought. Let me paint the picture. Tuesday night, down in Geelong, cooking a barbecue. Got a good mate. I hadn't seen in years, Josh Wellington. We're cooking away. And
beef? Do they call him beef?
No, just Wello.
Okay.
And I'm in charge of there's 6 of us there. I'm in charge of the steaks.
Bit of pressure.
Pressure
on the steaks.
And it's a Barbie I don't know. It's my mum's Barbie. And
have you got people asking, I want mine medium rare, I want mine well done, I want mine raw, I want mine mooing, I want mine blue.
They're throwing requests at me like a Midnight Oil concert. The drummer is...
Rob Hurst.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
So, anyway, and my wife went out and bought some really nice pieces of meat.
what I find is, because we've been going to the local butcher,
Yep.
I find the better the meat, the harder it is to fuck it up. You've got a bit more leeway with a good cut of meat.
Yeah. But
that's what, as
but
a rule of thumb.
As a rule of thumb, fuck, that's good. But what it also is more pressure. You don't want to fuck up.
You can't fuck up a $20 fucking steak.
Yeah, you can't. You cannot.
Can't
so here
do
I
it.
am. So I've got 6 bits of the best looking steak, and they're thick. They're fucking real thick.
And they smell good.
Oh,
they bring them out. You want to rub it all over you.
And Josh is one of those guys. He just. I get the feeling he'd know how to cook a steak.
Yes.
He just does. He's put in his own fence. He'd done up a caravan recently.
He's a man's man.
He doesn't come across as a real man's man. He's sort of into his. He'd know a lot of the similar bands you do. He loves his live music, but doesn't get around looking like a man. He's just knows his shit. He's a guy that'll look something up.
He's well travelled. He's been in situations where, like, you got someone to put up your basketball ring, where he'd be like,
he'd put up his own ring.
He'd do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And anyway, so I've heated up the barbecue because I know you're meant to start. Have it nice.
What
and
have you
hot.
done with the steak? Did you get it out to room temperature?
Yo, was sitting there and
season it?
No, I didn't season it. And I said. And I thought, before I fuck this up, I'm better off being honest. Because when I cook a lot of my own steaks at home. Yeah, but what I'll do is
you've got 3 boys under the age of 9.
Well, they have sausages.
And
I even fuck up the sausages sometimes.
You could put a dog turd on there.
So I've got to put the sausages back on. That's a bad look. But when it's your own steak, so I'll cut it a bit to see if it's medium rare.
Yeah, you can't do that
when you've got visitors over. You'll get bloody lynched.
Oh, mate.
So they'll mock me. So so I said, Josh, any tips on? I'll be honest, mate. I'm not a great cook.
How do we turn the barbecue on? Like, is it the red button?
Yeah. What's this?
Do we turn the gas? Is the gas on?
And I picked up the spatula and I said, "What the fuck is this?" Josh, I've never seen this before. And he said, give it here. No, he said, so I said, Josh, I'll be honest, I'm not the greatest steak cook and I'm worried about fucking this up for everyone. And he said, you know what he said to me?
What?
Just use, he said, the easiest way is to use the rule of thumb.
Oh, fuck.
And
you don't know what the rule of thumb is.
And I said, what's the rule of thumb?
For steak.
For steak. And he said, the rule of thumb, I hope everyone's sitting down when listening to this. This is gonna
strap in,
this is going to blow your fucking
Because I've
minds.
Googled it. I've had Chris Franklin he used to cook in the fucking army or the Navy, but everyone's different.
And this might be hard to get across to the listeners, but so this might
get on the YouTube.
This might make our YouTube go through the roof.
It will.
So,
I should have bought a steak in here.
So the rule of thumb, the term the rule of thumb is originally comes from cooking steaks.
Coined.
Comes from cooking steaks.
Sound smart.
So what you do is you get your thumb.
Yes, I know that.
Do you know this?
I do know that. And you press on it, and if it bounces back...
No.
All right, sorry.
No. You get your thumb, and you hold your thumb against your... What would you call that finger?
Your pointer finger.
Pointer finger. So for the sake of people listening at home, we'll call the pointer finger 1. We'll call the middle finger 2.
So the rude finger is the middle.
We'll call that 2.
The ring finger.
Actually, we might as well call them by their real names. Pointer, middle, ring, little.
Yep. And thumb.
So what you do is you get your finger,
I've
thumb,
heard this.
Put it against your pointer finger.
Colour, isn't it?
No.
Okay.
And you touch that bit there.
Oh.
And that is rare. So when the steak is
doing that.
Yeah, so there's that little pad. So everyone at home now, put your thumb against your pointer finger, and there's the padded bit, the little meaty bit of skin just below your thumb. You touch that with your other finger, and that's
bouncing straight back.
Yeah, that is how bouncy a rare steak is. Now, put your thumb over to the rude finger, and that's medium rare. That's medium rare.
Yep.
Put it over to the ring finger.
Oh, Jesus.
And that is...
Well done. No, medium.
rare, medium rare. That's medium. Put it down to the little finger.
That's well done.
And that's well done.
That's rock hard.
That's rock hard.
That's rock hard.
And I said, all right. I said, I'm gonna do this. Don't give me any more advice. And I did it. And I, admittedly, I had to poke everyone's steak 20 times. But he said, oh no, because he saw me poking everyone's steak, and he said, no, once you poke it with the spatula, which I just found out what it was a minute earlier. Once you poke them with the spatula when you first put them on there, so you get a feel for the bounce, its initial bounce. And he said, then you can tell just by poking it with the spatula.
How?
And I was like, oh, and I kept referring to my. That's medium rare. That's rare.
You don't see this on MasterChef, do you?
You don't see this on MasterChef. And I'm there poking me fucking steaks. And I said, what about flipping them? He goes, mate, flip them as many times as you fucking want.
That's right.
He said, you've just got to get that bounce right. And my mum wanted, she wanted medium rare.
So she wanted pointer finger and, no. Fuck, see, this helps. You got to know what
she wanted rude finger.
Oh, rude finger.
You just work your way down.
You do.
She wanted thumb to rude finger.
Yep.
And 6 out of 6 steaks cooked
spot on
to perfection. Everyone was like, Tom, this is exactly how I like it. Tom's the greatest steak. Tom.
He is the master chef.
I am the master chef.
Stick Gordon Ramsay up your arse. You can Jamie Oliver your 30-minute meals. Jam him up your cake, old Jamie. Who else is a master? Manu. Oh, I'm French. I've got an accent. I root women. Oh, fuck off, Manu. Can you do the rule of thumb? I haven't seen you cook a steak, but my mate, who I'm right on board.
You're more fired up than I was.
I love you, mate.
You're a bloody good man, Evan. And because I tell you what, it has
changed your life.
My bloody chest, when everyone was saying, Tom, this is a perfectly cooked steak, my chest was pumped out.
You thought, give me a basketball ring, I'll put it up.
I was just going to have a couple of beers that night. I ended up getting poleaxed. I was fucking celebrating. It was party time. Ended up having 12 beers and had a couple of Canadian clubs afterwards. And
maybe we could put that on the YouTube. We get you to cook a barbie and we could do the rule of thumb. So yeah,
that'd be good. We'll
go
viewing
for fucking barbie.
So everyone at home,
poleaxed.
Anyone that was thinking about maybe looking for another podcast, I reckon we've just locked people in for another at least
maybe not the vegans.
50.
The vegans don't give a fuck.
Maybe you can use
can you do it
for asparagus
or a fucking
potato?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Not.
But anyway, rule of thumb. So next time you hear someone say rule of thumb, you tell them that little fast fact and you watch them bloody be impressed.
And no excuses for stuffing up a steak now.
None of our listeners should stuff up steaks.
Nah, can't do it.
Simple as that.
So get on the YouTube if you weren't sure how that was all working. That was some feisty finger action.
So fuck checker. Have the day off because I am dishing up fucks.
Mate, I've heard some fucks in my time, but that was episode 53, and we've come out with that gold. Bang, that'll keep the listeners. Get on the YouTube. We're up to 62 subscribers, probably 150 after that. Get on the Instagram. Have you got photos of the steak? Can we get them up there?
Nah, I forgot to take photos of the steak.
Don't worry about it, mate. We'll get all the Springvale districts. We'll get the Boombox up on the Instagram. He will get his retort up there.
Yeah, check that out. We've got his retort.
And what you need on the YouTube, leave a few comments because I think that gets the algorithm going. They go, whoa, people are listening. All right. People listen to Good Banter. Give us a rate and give us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Hit us up at reallygoodbanter@gmail.com. I'm off to Port Douglas tomorrow. I'm going to be cooking some steaks. I'm going to be using the rule of thumb, and you should too.
We're going to go. The wife's calling. I'm running late.
I'm out of here. I've got to go to a gig in Sandringham. See you later. That's some good banter.
Good banter. That's a good banter.